Can y'all believe that this is the last video? Because I feel like it's been such a long time coming, and I never thought that I would get to this point, and here we are. It's crazy to think that I've had this camper parked in my yard for like 6 months, and now it's fixing to go to its new home, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait to show you guys what it actually looks like, because it turned out phenomenal. So when I stage campers, I pretty much start out by throwing everything on the bed because I like to have everything in the camper because by this point, the camper is pretty much clean minus the floor. And even then, I don't want to be tracking a bunch of stuff in and out. So I like to stay in the camper while I'm staging it, just to kind of cut down on the mess. Now, this is a really good trick for anybody who wants to, I guess, renovate RVs, where you can do this for yourself. So instead of buying the stuffing that goes into the pillows, I actually just buy like big pillows from Walmart. These are like $3.50 a piece. And I take the stuffing out of the pillow and I put it in the decorative pillows that I have right here. So I bought these cases off Amazon. These are not the ones that I usually use, but I wanted a little accent color because my client really likes the color red. And so I wanted to give her a little accent color of her favorite color, and just to add a little something, a little pop of color to the camper. Not too much because obviously red is a very bold color, but just little dashes of color here and there. So I just open the pillow, I cut it with some scissors, and then kind of stuff it in just like that. I usually use maybe 3/4 of the pillow for this. It's not really enough stuffing in there to get 2 full pillows unless you want pillows that are kind of flat, but I like really like fat and poofy pillows. And so sometimes you can shove a whole pillow in there. And if you want it less full, you can obviously do like 3/4 of the stuffing. But as you can see, it fits perfectly in there for a whole pillow because I like the big chunky ones. And then I just zip it up, being careful not to get any of that stuffing caught in the zipper, because if you don't shove it down far enough, it will get caught in there. And then it's going to be really hard to zip shut. So just make sure that none of that fuzz gets caught in the zipper. And I'm going to do this for both pillows, and look how nice and full that pillow looks. It just looks great. And honestly, I don't know how much it costs to get the stuffing for the pillow. This is just the way that I've always done it, because if I can go to one less place, then I'm totally going to do it. And a lot of this stuff that I bought came from Walmart anyway. So I was like, well, I'm already there. I might as well, you know. And then I'm just going to do the same thing with the other pillow, cut it open with some scissors just like that, and kind of just roll it down. You can like take all the stuffing out at once, but it's already kind of like rolled up in a little, I don't know, organized fashion, if you want to call it. So that's just why I do it like this. Because if you take it out like handful by handful, your pillow will be really lumpy. And so that's why I just kind of shove it in when it's already in its kind of like enclosed and compressed state like this. And because you don't need to watch 2 more minutes of me stuffing the same pillow, I'm going to speed this up so we can move on. Okay, next we're going to move on to the couch area. I always put a little throw here. I like the contrast of the white. And so I think I bought this off Amazon. Sometimes I buy them at Walmart. Anyway, just kind of throw this on here in a messy fashion because I like the order, but I also like a little bit of disorder because it kind of draws your eye to it. And then I'm going to put those pillows that I just stuffed right on top of that to give it a little contrast as well. So that's typically what I do for couches, unless I find something else that I really like, and then I'll do that. And now I'm going to go look at this door area right here. So I have a towel that's going to hang on the back of this. I forgot to record it, but I did buy a toilet paper holder that I installed in the bathroom, and then a little hook for the back of the door. That way I can hang a towel up there just as a little something in the bathroom. And then I have a wreath that I bought off Amazon that I really like. And I've made the mistake in the past. I buy a lot of stuff from like TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Marshalls like that. But it's really hard to find a wreath like this when it's in the off season, aka not spring. So I bought it off Amazon this time and I'm not mad about it because it's a great size for this door and I just really like it. I had it on a wreath hanger right there and then I ended up not liking the placement of it because I felt like it was too low. So I'm just going to go ahead and permanently fix this thing to the door and screw it in. And the way that this wreath is designed, it has kind of like, I don't know, there's like little there's tabs on it, and then there's lots of different places where you can screw it. So I'm kind of just positioning it to where I want it. I have the screw on the actual drill, and it's through the wreath, so I can move the wreath around and then just screw the screw into the door itself, and it'll be in the exact spot that I want it to be in. So I do like to add a little like touch of greenery like toward the back of the camper because everything looks kind of dark back there and it need a little something to just brighten it up. So I just put this cute little wreath there. Okay, so moving on, I found this perfect basket to go up here. So I thought I would put that in there. It can hold just about anything. And then I found this little plant right here at Walmart that was super cute. I usually buy those at TJ Maxx and whatnot, but I just saw that one at Walmart and I had to get it. For the kitchen, I usually put a cutting board somewhere and then like some type of plant, but a plant wouldn't really fit over here and it just looked awkward because there was not really much space behind the stove right there. So I ended up just putting the cutting board there. Plus I didn't want to cover up the tile too much because the tile was really pretty and I liked it a lot. Usually I put a towel here, but there's really no spot to hang a towel, because it's not like a standard oven. And I was really having a hard time to where I wanted to put this because it was kind of like big and like weird. I usually like there's cutting boards that are shaped like the state that we live in. And so I really like the North Carolina ones because they're super cute, but I couldn't find one. So we settled for that one that I found at Home Goods. All right, so now that I've made a complete mess over here, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up so I can go ahead and put the bedding on. As far as bedding goes, I do not put sheets on campers because I know some people are weird about sheets. So I usually let my client buy their own sheets, but I do put a duvet cover on it, which is exactly what I did here. I really like duvet covers because if the cover gets dirty, you can just take the cover off and wash the cover versus having to wash the whole blanket. So I have duvet covers all in my personal camper. I highly suggest doing that because you're going to be doing 17 million loads of laundry. And I wash my sheets every time we use the camper, and so they get washed a lot. Now I'm finally ready to take this plastic off. This mattress has probably been sitting here for maybe 2 weeks, just soaking up all that air and decompressing. And I'm definitely glad I kept the cover on it because I got some dust and other stuff on it. So finally ready to take it off and pull all that plastic out and put the sheets on. Okay, so now that the plastic is out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and start putting this duvet cover on. So this duvet cover, there is the duvet insert and the pillowcases. And all of that I take out of the packaging and I put in the dryer for a little bit. And I do that because if you take it like out of the packaging and then try to put it on the bed, you're going to see all of the creases and stuff from where it was folded up. And it just makes it look a lot better when it's like fluffed up and all of the creases are out. And it makes it look a lot cleaner and less like you just unboxed it and threw it on the bed. And I'm sure most of the women know what a duvet cover is, but for the men, in case you don't, it's basically like a giant cover for a blanket. And I kind of just put the two sides in and bring it up and shake it around. And then I get the bottom side and put the corner in, the other bottom side and put the corner in. And then I grab the two corners and I shake it again. And that kind of evens out the blanket inside the duvet cover. And then after that is kind of evened out, there's some buttons on the bottom that I buttoned. And then I'm kind of just pulling it up to the very top of the bed. And I'll end up tucking it in on the sides a little bit just to make it look a little more finished and a lot less sloppy as it looks right now and uneven. So after I have cleaned it up a little bit and kind of straightened up the sides and center the mattress in the middle of the bed. I can go ahead and start putting the pillows on. Again, these are just like Walmart pillows, so nothing like crazy expensive or fancy here. If my client wants something different, they can always go buy it, because pillows are something easy, and I know everybody likes different types of pillows. So this duvet set actually came with 2 pillowcases, and then I bought 2 more just white pillowcases, because I feel like if you only put 2 pillows on a bed, it just makes it look like it's not fluffy enough. And so I usually do 4 pillows. I'll do the 2 duvet cover pillows in the back, and then 2 more white pillows in the front, just with a white pillowcase, and usually some type of like accent pillow. And I'm gonna be honest, I have a really hard time with pillows because my OCD like freaks out sometimes if one pillow is like floppier than the other, or there's not like a crease line in the middle of the pillow. And I don't know, I feel like I think about it too much. And I don't know, pillows are just weird. So here's me just putting on those 2 covers for the ones in the front. And then I found this cute little, it's almost like a quilted type of pillow, like a rectangular pillow that I'm going to put in the front as a little bit of an accent. Sometimes I go with like a white duvet, just a plain white, but I liked this pattern that this one had. So that's why I went with that pattern, because there's a lot of white in here and I wanted to break up the white a little bit. Okay, now I can add a little pop of color to this. Again, like I told you guys before, my client really loves red, but she doesn't like an overwhelming amount of red. And so I'm just going to put a little red throw here. I bought this off Amazon. They have them in lots of different colors. And it worked perfectly for just putting it on the corner of the bed right here. I could have gone one step further and put like, I don't know, like a little cafe type table thing on top of that with like a coffee cup or something, but I don't know, I just thought that was going to be too much. And when I first put this on, it looked like it was like too wide. I didn't like how wide it looked and how much red it was, and so I end up putting it in, I think, thirds maybe? Yeah, put it in thirds. And it looked much better that way. And this was actually the first camper that I've done that I did a red accent. Usually I do like a green or a blue accent, and they look really pretty. But honestly, I'm not mad at how this came out. I think it actually turned out really cute with all of the white and the black contrast with just a little bit of red in it. Okay, we're almost there for the final reveal. This is actually the day that this camper went home. So I'm just putting some final touches on it. I did end up getting a TV because I just don't like how incomplete the entertainment center looked. So this is I want to say it's a 36-inch TV, maybe. I usually put 40-inch TVs in camper, but this camper wouldn't fit a 40-inch because I could only bring it out so much because the door to the bathroom is right there, and I didn't want it to be so crowded. Plus, I figured I didn't want to like make the doorway narrower to fit a bigger TV. That seemed a little ridiculous to me. So that's why I went with a little bit smaller TV, which is still big for a camper. I understand that, but I don't know. I just something about like sitting in your camper when it's like cold or like raining and just watching TV with the fireplace on. It's like one of my favorite things to do. So maybe I'm just weird. Anyway, so I'm going to unbox this. I am putting the feet on because this camper, I don't have a mount for it. So it's just going to kind of sit and you'll have to take it down each time, which is still fine. That's what I do with my TVs in my camper. I don't have them mounted. Mine's actually sitting on top of my fireplace. There's a little cabinet right there in my camper. So this is kind of similar. So while you're watching me put these feet on, which are very easy, it's just a little foot with maybe like 2 or 4 screws, I don't remember. I do want to let you know that even though this is the last episode of this series, I am going to get some of the same footage that I have and kind of organize it better. Like the sofa build, I know a lot of people wanted to know how I built the pull-out jackknife sofa for that custom size. Like the tile, how I did the tile for the backsplash, and just a whole bunch of other like different things that I could put together to make it easier for you guys to find. If you ever like, I wonder if I can do that for my camper, well, then you won't have to come back and try to sort through like which episode of which renovation did I find that information in. Because I've had a lot of people ask like, hey, which episode did you do this in? And I'm like, I literally have no idea. I'm so sorry. So anyway, I'm going to get all that and organize that and put it together. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. And if there's something else that you want me to make a video on, please let me know. The next video I have coming up after this is going to be how to install an awning from Rec Pro. And that's kind of a long story. And then I'm going to do a time lapse of the entire renovation. So I think that one's going to be really cool. From start to finish, you can see everything in one clip. And I'm hopefully going to make that like speed it up pretty good. So it's going to be like less than, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, something like that. But I think that one's going to be really cool to watch it all come together. Okay, TV is in. I'm just plugging it in, and then all of these stickers that are on the front, obviously I'm going to take all of those off, and the little film that covers the screen, I'm going to go ahead and take that off too, and position it and make it look nice and pretty. And last but not least, everything else is pretty much clean and wiped down, but I've been walking in here, so I'm going to sweep the floor. This is something that I usually do on the ground, not with a big broom, because sometimes like dirt can get on top of the trim that I've already put down. And so I just like to brush off the trim and make sure there's not any dirt or any yuckies or anything else like that, and just make the floor really clean. And from this point on, I do not walk in this camper with shoes on because I don't want to have to re-clean it before my client comes and sees it. And last step is to go ahead and, actually not last step, second to last step is to clean the floors. I just use a wet wipe to clean these. These are just the disinfecting floor wipes. Just make sure I get all of the extra dirt or like paint that might be on the floor or whatever else that I may have possibly spilled. Just make it nice and clean before I put the rug down. And I will say, especially when you're doing staging for clients, simple is sometimes better. I don't want to over clutter a camper with like stuff because then it just overwhelms me and it makes me feel like it's not as inviting. And I just think minimal sometimes is better, just enough to add a little something something to it, but not enough to overwhelm somebody if they walk in and they're like, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff in here. Because I don't like stuff. I don't like clutter. That's just me. Okay, finally time to put the rug down. And I bought this off Amazon. I think this is maybe a 5-foot rug. It's a little bit shorter than some of the other ones, but this is also kind of a smaller space. And that's it. So it's ready, it's staged, and I'm ready for you guys to see it. So let's go. Let's check it out. Ta-da! I think it looks so good. It's not too much, but at the same time, I feel like it's so inviting and warm. And I especially just love how open it is because sometimes, they make campers and there's a wall between the bed and everything else. And this camper is actually for a couple. And they're going to be using it for themselves. They do have twin boys that are older. And so if the boys wanted to stay with them, they could just use the pull-out couch and the boys could stay there. But I just think it looks so clean and bright and simple and sweet, and I just love how it turned out so much. So please let me know in the comments what you guys think. I want to hear your input and your feedback, because most of the renovations that I do are pretty much all like this, minus a couple like color variations here and there, but typically they're all pretty much the same. I use the same styles of wood. I pretty much use the same fixtures, all that good stuff. And I do want to add that, this is the bathroom. I love the bathroom, how it turned out so much. I also want to add that when my clients come and pick this camper up, I do have everything hooked up to water and to power. All the appliances are on so they can make sure that everything works properly. Hot water heater is on. So I want to ensure that they know that everything in this camper is fully functional before they take it home. And this is the final step right here that I've just recently started doing with my campers. So I've started praying over these campers before they go to my clients because I love my clients and I love Jesus, and I want these campers to be a place where they can feel safe and feel loved, and that they can use this to glorify God in any way that they can, and that this camper will tremendously bless them and bless the people who come in the camper, and they can have fruit-filled and spirit-filled conversations and just fellowship in this camper. And I love these people that are my clients. And so I want all of that for them. And I know that they love Jesus as much as I do. And so I hope that this is going to be such a great blessing for them. And this is it just driving away after being in my yard for so long. And that's my camper on the right, in case you're curious what kind of camper I have. And then also, this is the part that nobody talks about, is all of the trash left over after renovations that I have to clean up and take to the dump. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Anyway, I hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed the demo and reno series for this North Trail. Please stick around for more content, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this and have a great afternoon.